Hello, Leo. So here is your reading. So first up, you have the Six of Swords, the High Priestess, the Star, and then in your reverse challenging position, you have the Ten of Wands, and then for your suggested outcome, you have the Six of Cups. Okay, so here we go. Now, I feel like you're leaving something behind. And a friend could be helping you with this too, because the Six of Swords, it's all about kind of somebody ushering somebody through on a little boat through the waters, and they're leaving turmoil and disruption behind. They're moving on to something new. Now, and sometimes a friend is able to help you with. Now, the Six of the Swords are all about your thoughts. So I think you're leaving something that's just not working for you. You're leaving it behind. But the High Priestess always indicates, in this situation, I feel, that I think whatever is going on, there's forces larger than what yourself at play. So there might be something completely out of your control. So whatever's going on in your life, I think this is indicating that there's forces larger taking place. And I feel like you need to maybe trust your intuition at this time with certain decisions you're going to make, because I think some things are a little bit out of your control. I feel like that's what the High Priestess is saying. But I feel like with the Star here, I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So whatever's going on for you, I think there's hope. It might not be fully through to the other side. Things might not be fully perfect by the end of the week or whenever you're watching this reading, but I think there's some kind of hope that's coming forth, and you're going to kind of have that that light or that feeling that somehow things are going to start to shift a little bit. Now, with the obstacle, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is all about feeling that you're doing everything. Like, you're carrying all the burdens yourself. You might need to delegate some of this thing. Because when this card is in the upright, it is a card representative of burdens and everything, but it's kind of like it's responsibilities, but in a sense, like he's kind of able to handle them. He feels like he's almost going to drop them, but he's handling them. I feel like, so now with this reverse, it might be a little bit too much. So you might need to start kind of delegating, because this might be too much for you alone to do this. And you might be carrying more than you really need to at this point. And I wonder if part of, because this is in the challenging position, I wonder if maybe this Six of Swords, you might be starting to realize that some of these burdens you don't have to be carrying alone, and you might thought-wise be leaving something or a way of doing things behind, or thinking you're going to leave something. It's time to transition or move forward or do things a little different. And I definitely think that's what's what's happening here. And with the Six of Cups, now this is a card kind of the past almost. It represents like childhood memories, or good memories from the past, or people that were set in the past. And it also can indicate that like you should just kind of live like a little bit more carefree at the moment. It could kind of be a card of saying, get back to your roots in a sense. Try to start fresh from a positive perspective. Find what you enjoy or you used to enjoy, and kind of maybe spend some time with some of that. Kind of like shift your mindset up a little bit. So I think whatever's going on here with like whatever you've been carrying with these burdens has been really kind of bogging you down. And I think it's been causing a lot of stress on you, and you're moving away from that. And I think the High Priestess, she does represent some of the unknown factors, which are not really fully present in our lives, or like some things, like something pulling the strings behind the scenes almost, so she's definitely representative of that. So I think there's things that are kind of like not out of your control in this moment, but I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this is why some of these burdens you're kind of feeling like super extra weighted down by could be that, because there are things that you feel that are out of your control. But I definitely think there is hope, and I think there might be a better way of doing some of this. And I think whatever's happening here is actually pretty major, because these are two major arcana cards. So I think this is like a larger aspect for you guys. But I think maybe kind of taking a fresh perspective, or even taking some time to kind of like, I don't want to say chill out, but kind of take some time or spend some time with somebody, or somebody that brings you happiness or did bring you happiness at one point. Maybe if you kind of get away from a little bit of this, maybe it's going to help you kind of figure it out a little bit better. So, okay, let's continue. So here you had music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. Opportunities unfurl like a fern, even without warm sunlight. And transform, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. So I feel like with this this transform and this music, I feel like in a sense that maybe you've been feeling kind of bogged down a little bit. And I think with this transform, I feel like it kind of goes with the Six of Cups, where you might have to connect to something you used to enjoy in the past. You know, maybe that's music for you. So I think you kind of have to connect to something from the past that you might really enjoy. So yeah, and I do think there's like some kind of opportunity or some kind of help here. Because with this card, you know, the lady and the sun, they're actually being helped to move from one situation to another. So I feel like there might be some opportunity to kind of like help you kind of with some of this extra weight you're carrying. So next up you have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And I wonder if this is really saying that with all this extra weight that you're carrying, that you're not delegating. Because I feel like when this is reversed, I feel like there's certain things that you probably could delegate out, but you feel like you have to do it by yourself. I wonder if this is kind of saying that it is safe for you to like trust somebody else to help you with this responsibility, with whatever this is here, that it's safe for you to trust somebody else to help you with that. Then you have, if you got a bunch of these ones came out for you guys. If you don't start thinking outside the box, it may eventually become your coffin. Instead of thinking outside the box, get rid of the box. So you have two things talking about the box, that you have to just like not even have the box. You just got to get rid of the box. Don't think, you know, inside the box. Just you got to do your own thing. So I think this is really going with this Six of Swords here, where you have to like shift some thoughts up, and you have to kind of do things in a different way and move past certain situations that might be limiting you. And then you got, a storm makes trees take deeper roots. Happiness is found on the way, not at the end of the road. And I feel like this is kind of going with this like this childhood innocence type of card here, or childhood memories or fond memories card, where I think like this is just trying to remind you that, you know, I'm sure you've had happy moments in the past, and maybe you need to kind of reflect on some of that to get you through some of this like this kind of like, you know, this little mess right here. Not mess, but just this stress that you have, because this is definitely kind of stressful energy. So then you got save nothing for the swim back. So it's almost like you have to, even with this, in this card, they usually have a boat. So it's kind of like they are bringing nothing on the boat. If you look at the card, I think it's just like the lady and the sun and the person kind of, you know, driving the boat. And they don't really have anything. I don't remember seeing anything. So it's almost like sometimes you have to purge stuff that's not helping you. And because this is about thoughts, this could be, you might have to purge beliefs or ways of doing things that are just not working for you anymore. And you can't go through the looking glass without cutting yourself. So I feel like this is just saying that you're going to have to kind of, I don't want to say make sacrifices, but with this card being the, you know, the burdens card, like needing to delegate stuff out, I just feel like you're going to have to be put in a situation where it might be uncomfortable to delegate, and maybe the person that you're delegating to doesn't quite do it correctly or as well as you would do it. But I think those might be some growing pains that you two can kind of work on in a sense, because I think it's going to help you out in the long run. But anytime you change something up, there's always a little bit, some shenanigans are about, you know, there's always some kind of thing that's not always perfect, but sometimes it's necessary. So then you got magic. Now this card is about kind of like seeing the magic in your life. Like it's about having magic come to you and then maybe giving magic out. It's about kind of like that that kind of like, it almost kind of goes with this childhood, this kind of fun loving card in a sense, this childhood memories, this fond light energy card here, because magic, you know, it's kind of mystical, it's whimsical, you can't really see it in a sense, but it's something that's more like, I guess, I don't want to say children would believe in, but it's kind of like a light-hearted energy. So I feel like this is saying that there's probably things that are really good going on in your life. You just have to see them. And I feel like, in a sense, this could be saying that trust with the star, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel, trust that things are going to turn out for your best interest, you know, and just believe that it's going to like kind of wind up being okay. Okay, Leos, think of your question for the Magic 8 Ball. We're going to ask that in a second. But first, we will answer the age-old question as, what spirit of the dish shall be with you for this upcoming week? You guys got the Knight of Mains, which is the pasta. You got the spirit of the spaghetti and the pasta. Okay, now, let's see. For those that are curious as to what dinner and a movie does the universe recommend for you, we will find out right now. Oh, you guys got Seafood and Thriller. So Seafood and Thriller came out. And let's see. P W O U S Y L and I, and then you have 8 and 3, and then you got Wealth and Joy. So I feel like the joy is going to go with this little kind of childhood memory, or this card of kind of like it's happiness card here. So, and the wealth, where are we putting the wealth? I think the wealth is going to go on the star, because I feel like the star is saying that good things are coming to you. You just have to have faith. Sometimes you just have to have faith and see no results, but you just have to keep with the faith. So I'm going to put the wealth on the star for you guys. Okay, Leos, think of your question. Here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Leo's question? It says, you may rely on it. There you go, guys. The 8 Ball has spoken. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.